Welcome you, my dear Vikings, to a dev talk of life and land, an upcoming very charming settlement builder. And I have no other here, Wayne, who's gonna give us a little bit of background behind it, behind the scenes look, and tell us about of life and lands, and tell us what's different to other city builders and why a city builder. So, would you mind to introduce yourself, who you are, part of the team, and what is life and land?
So first off, I'm Wayne. We are all based in Switzerland, and I studied game art, and that's the first real game that I'm publishing with my other colleagues. My part was game artist, so I created most of the art. I didn't do the UI because we have one guy that is insanely good at that. Insane. I love it. So what is of life and land, and what's the difference to others? So the thing is, it's a city builder medieval one, and basically that's not something special. There are a lot around manor lords and stuff like that. But the difference is everything is simulated. So every animal, every plant, every human has their own mind, kinda. So you don't control the people, you just control city building, and the people react to that. And because of that, since the nature is simulated, you can mess up pretty hard. If you build like fisheries and fisheries and fisheries, and they fish all the fish, there is no fish left to reproduce, and you don't have fish anymore. Something like that.
Okay, so we actually have in proper living and breathing environments that we have to deal and interact with, and how? What was the idea behind it to make this kind of like world simulation? Because is everything simulated? Are we talking about like nature, flora, fauna, people in their habits and what they do?
So basically, yes. So there's not much left. So the thing is, we got compared from GameStar with Anno. They said we are better. What's insane for us, because I don't think it's true. They're like a really huge company and we're just like indies.
I think that's a round of applause there. Yeah. That being compared to Anno being better. Wow.
That's crazy. I was like blown away. But the thing is, what they meant was like, if you build a barn with sheeps in Anno, it makes, and you have 4 sheeps in there, and everything is fine. In our simulation game, it's like the shepherd has to get the sheep from the field, bring them back. So if there's no sheep, you can't get sheep, actually. And also, if you don't tend them really well, they're gonna die. You can slaughter them if you need food. Yeah, a lot of possibilities. And if you have wolves around that are hungry, maybe you lose some sheep to them.
Can you lose people to wildlife as well?
No. So like wolves, probably the biggest predator, just attacks if he's hungry, because who hunts something if he's not hungry? And secondly, they're more like afraid of humans, kind of.
Okay, so they're gonna not react with your population per se, but will interact with your livestock in case they become hungry.
Like rabbits and rats are terrible. They eat everything away if they're overpopulated. So maybe it's good to have some wolves and foxes around to reduce the rats and stuff like that.
Oh, so there's a full cycle in terms of like the animal ecosystem, so to say. If you are killing off or hunting off too much of one part, other parts might overpopulate, and the balance of nature might tilt. That's intriguing. Okay, that's definitely a feature that you don't see. I can't really think of a game that might have such an in-depth simulation. So, give us a little bit of a rundown. You start the game. What do you have to do? What are you building? You said you're giving tasks to your villagers and they execute it. It's not like you control the villager and tell them, hey, go cut trees, or hey, do this. You just plan the city and they try to develop your plans, so to say. How does it work? How does this of life and land start look like?
So you're thrown out to the first map of like a story. So we have different stories. One story is about Landsberg. That's like the original myth of a Swiss castle. You get thrown out to the first map with 10 people. And from that point on, they try to be happy and try to survive. And your goal is to help them being that or help not starving in the first place. And if they get happier, your population has time to invent stuff. So we simplify that a little. So if the people are happy and all their needs are good, they go to the next class, and you will have new buildings and stuff like that. On really important is like tier 3, where they are so happy that they want to reproduce. So your city gets bigger. And also there's a whole thing with trading and also immigration in that case for getting more people. And so you build buildings, they get happier, you build more buildings. Problems occur, like having too much dirt around, and people are like, I don't want to live here anymore, it's so dirty. And you have to deal with stuff like that.
Okay, what kind of systems are being thrown at us in terms of building the city? You mentioned pollution, like dusts and dirts build up with the people living. Can you also counter it? And are there other systems that are playing into your city building, like, I don't know, weather, temperature? Because I'm seeing here in the background some temperature overlay filter.
So there is like a year cycle and a month cycle. And the thing is, depending on where you are, if you are in the north, there it's colder per se. But yeah, you have the weather system. Like if it's really cold in winter, people gonna die if you don't give them racks or something. If it's really hot and they have to work a lot, well, maybe they're gonna die. They will have problems at least. There's also a water system. So like I told you, like there were maps, and you have like rivers that flew through multiple maps. That means you have to see that where you grow crops, you have water, enough water. Or if you want to have like cacti, I don't know how it's called in English.
I think cacti, yeah.
Yeah. Rather dry place, so you maybe block out water if possible and stuff like that.
So you can play around with the is there like some sort of fluid system going on? Can you like redirect rivers or make them go over?
It's more like if you build a dam, you have more water in the place where the dam is, because water goes into the earth and spreads. But down the river, you have less water.
Okay.
Something like this.
Gotcha.
And also pollution can get through water to another city. So stuff like this.
Because you mentioned diplomacy, can that influence your diplomacy with, I don't know, a neighboring city, for example? That they're like, hey, you're sending all your dirt over here.
No, not like that. It's a little bit cozy, to be honest. But the thing is, if you destroy other cities, they will have problems. They will produce less goods, and you will be able to trade less with them. And in the first map, like you don't have copper on your map, on your first map, and you will need copper to advance. And if you make problems or don't have diplomacy with the people that have copper, well, it will be difficult to advance.
I see. Is there, you mentioned there's like a storyline going behind it. Do you guys want to, in terms of the progression and developing the game, because it's in the early access, do you want to bring some sort of strong narrative to the gameplay as well? Or is it just a side flavor?
Both. So the research for the story, I didn't do it, but the research for the story goes rather deep. But if you play, you can just ignore it. You could just ignore it. Sure, it's beneficial if you do the missions, but you don't have to know why you do the missions. But for sure, we like to bring a story to you, especially the Landsberg story, because it's like based on a myth. So yeah.
do you recommend that we should jump? Can we jump as a new player into that story part, or do you recommend to go through them chronologically and pick one after another?
It's for sure easier if you start with the first map,
Mhm.
but you also also if you're a gamer, it shouldn't be a problem to jump into the Landsberg scenario.
I'm intrigued. I think that's gonna start with. In terms of scaling, how big can such a city become? Can you have like multiple settlements? Is there also some sort of like overworld map that you can interact with? Can you, I don't know, send out colonies to start a new settlement and find new resources, or is that restricted to then trading? So it forces you to trade with other communities or settlements that are established. And how does trading per se work? Do you just ask them for goods and send them goods, and they's like yes or no, or is there some more depth mechanic behind it?
So first off, there is a world map. Um, so yeah, it's a world map with like 6 to 8 maps where you can build a city.
Mhm.
The cities can get up to a thousand of people
Wow.
if you're really, really, really good. I never got there. My record is like 200 at max.
Okay.
Um, but you can. There are places that don't have any settlements. You can settle there and make your city. And there are other factions. And if you get into diplomacy with them and they really like you, you can like fuse with them.
Hmm.
And then you also can. Yeah, they have already a city, so you can't build it, but you can make it better, bigger, and so on.
Highly
So the
intriguing.
last question I forgot. Sorry.
Totally fine. Totally fine. Um, in
A
terms,
trading system. Well,
say again.
it's the trading system was your question.
Yeah.
Trading system works like you say on the market we need like 10 copper,
Hmm.
and we have this is this too much, and we don't need that. And if somebody has or somebody you make diplomacy with has enough or more than enough resources, they're willing to trade with you. But if they're starving and you ask, "Hey, I need bread," and they're like, "Nah, you're never gonna get bread from me." So it's
So
like open market, like
is in
with
a
the
sense then
land.
the open market also simulated? Can it be that they're having certain situations on their end as well? Like you said, they have not enough food, and you could benefit from that to, I don't know, make sure that you produce more food resources so that you can then uh, pressure the price or exchange it for more valuable resources from them because they are starving.
So indirectly, yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you if they're missing something, they will trade for it. But we created all the other factions really, really stable so
Gotcha.
that they don't die by themselves. So you probably never got to that point that they really need something. But yeah, it's on their demand. If you go there and like you get the city, you're good in diplomacy, it's your city now, and you deconstruct all the copper mines, they're not gonna have copper, so they're not gonna trade. Or if you just deconstruct one and they have not enough copper to trade, they won't.
I
So it's
see. I
like
see.
trade is between cities, by the way. For sure, you can change the trade behavior in your own cities, so you still could do it.
I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. Sounds super interesting. So, in terms of threats, what kind of threats are there to your city? What do you what can kind of like ruin a run for you? Is there like events that can come for like example a biblical plague or insects that eat your crops or stuff like that? Is there like let's call them chaos moments that can happen where you have to quickly adjust and try to mitigate damage?
Yes, for sure. The thing is, I always didn't get further because of pollution. So
Hmm.
that was my big problem. So people don't get happier because they're dirty. I had a lot of rats that are eating my crops. It was terrible. Um, but there are several ways you can mess up like that. So you can kill your food supply. I made a run where I killed every animal so
Okay.
that they don't produce dirt. Bad idea. But yeah, I didn't have enough food in the end. Or if you have sheep, they're not really resilient.
Hmm.
So the dirt killed my sheep. So I didn't have Rex. And also chaos moment in combination with that is harsh winter. So not every winter is harsh, but some are really harsh. I made a meme in the beginning where it wasn't that good balance like now, where the winter killed like 30 people of my 50 people city. But we balanced it out, no worries. But a harsh winter is still harsh.
Gotcha. Can you recoup from such a situation? Is there a chance then to kind of like bounce back up, or will that completely destroy your run and you have to like, okay, well, I screwed up. I have to start again.
Now it gets a little bit educational. So a run almost never is over.
Hmm.
You don't get to the point where you're dead. But what I mean with educational is it's like in real life a little bit because it's a simulation. The further you run into a problem without noticing it, the longer it will take to get out of it. Like in our world, like the problems with nature that we maybe cause or do cause. If you really far into that and it's really dirty and almost all animals are dead, it will take time to the animals to reproduce, to get the places clean again, to make nature bloom again and stuff like that. So it depends. If you realize it really early, it's easy to come back. Otherwise, it just takes really long and costs a lot of resources.
I am intrigued. I'm so intrigued. Where and we come with that to my last question. Where was the inspiration, or what kind of, I don't know, for example, games inspired you guys to go for a city builder and to build this whole simulation behind it? Are you guys maybe, I don't know, linked to that in some sorts, or just personally interested, or have you been as well as myself influenced for all kinds of old school city builders and the like?
Sadly, I can't give you like an exact answer to that because the team grow over time. So I'm the newest member since
Hmm.
like 3 years or something. The development was like 7 years, but the
Hmm.
first 4 or 5 years it was just one person. So I don't know what his original inspiration was. But I can tell you in the art, in the art, it was like Switzerland, how Switzerland looks, how Switzerland works, very close to Austria for sure. Um, and yeah, it was a lot of research. I loved to do that. There was that one point I needed to know how did they do cheese in medieval time. And I was researching and watching videos. I found some guy somewhere in the mountains of Switzerland that I don't understand really good that explained it. And so I know how they did cheese. So I knew which asset I have to create to make it look like a medieval, um, yeah, cheesery dairy production.
That is so
And
so interesting. I remember.
that
I
was
mean, I was born in Romania myself, and I remember those hanging sacks in front of the doors where they were making cheese out of cow milk. It was kind of salty, and they always had those kind of like cotton bags hanging on some door frame, and it just like dropped out,
yeah.
and what remains was then the cheese thing after, of course, some other process in before.
I actually tried that and it worked out.
Mm.
To just to know how it is, but that was just for me. That was not going too much into the project. But yeah,
Um,
that was for sure fun. And everything else is also like research like this. The cheese was a little bit difficult. It was my first house that I created, so yeah,
okay, to
was fun.
summarize it, let's say of life and land is an cozy city builder focusing on a simulation between nature and the people who try to establish their settlement over there. We can, in a sort, also influence nature itself. From what I've seen, there is kind of like chances of not necessarily terraforming, but you can like plant trees and plants and influence how that works around there, and with the goal to make a thriving, living ecosystem that survives there, and follows with a flavor touch of story narrative that will come to it, and is there already parts of it as well. Did I miss anything in that
Mm,
explanation?
I guess not. No, it was a really good summary. I
Fantastic.
couldn't do it better.
Fantastic. Wait, do you have any last words to the audience before I thank you and bid you farewell and jump to the game?
First off, thank you for being here, that I can be here. Thank you for watching and supporting him. And also, please, if you download the game and you like it, enjoy. We are always open for feedback. We have a Discord server. Just enjoy. We did the game just for people to be happy. So because of that, it's a little bit cozy.
Fantastic. I can wait to jump in. Thanks a lot for your time and have a wonderful one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, Money Vikings, let's hop on into the game of Life and Land. Of the UI already here. Looking very, very cozy, as they said earlier. And let me also bring some game audio to the spiel. Good. Let's start a new game. We have here some scenarios that we can choose off. Lensburg, he was told, saying earlier, experienced the historical story of the Counts of Lensburg. A dispute has broken out between the papacy and King Henry IV of the Holy Roman Empire of the Order of the Spiritual and Secular Power. The still young noble family of Lensburg in the legendary Central Plateau region of the present day of Switzerland is caught between the fronts as the holder of important travel routes. Build the mighty Lensburg castle on the Dragon Rock and explore its ancient myth. Without tutorial, single settlement, and advanced. Multiple settlements. So Lensburg is kind of like focusing on Lensburg himself. Okay, let's give it a go. Lensburg. Oh, story time. According to an old legend, a particularly dangerous dragon lived north of the Alps and terrorized the farmers. One day, the knight's brothers Guntram and Bertram were traveling through the Midlands and saw the danger. They bravely took on the task and crept up to the dragon's rock. They only just managed to defeat the dragon. Bertram is even said to have been swallowed by the dragon, but was saved in time by his brother. As thanks for their heroism, the peasants promise the knights that they will build a castle on the Dragon's Rock, today's Lensburg. Rumor has it that there was an egg in the dragon's lair that is now in the possession of the brothers. We get a dragon? Seen later on? I'm afraid. So, here we are. Let's have a look here. Lensburg. Up here, we could rename it. We can leave it like that. We have 16 people living with us. We have no beds for them. There are also 16 people idle, and there's no children in the making. House of Lensburg owns a wide range of land, including the Imperial Bailiwick of Zurich, a Bailiwick of Schenis, and Beromünster, as well as the estates of Aargau, Valais, and St. Gallen. We're now also in the possession of the county of Aargau and should consolidate our position in Lensburg. Experience has shown that the requests from our lords are not long in coming, and since the Burgundian Empire joined the Roman Empire in 1033, we have among the royal vessel. We've been among the royal vessel. So, let's have a look-see here. We have a little castle already. Lensburg. Taxes plus minus 200. Let's see. County of Aragao, expansion stages. And we have no employees here whatsoever for the moment. Good. We have up here wealth. We have up here number of days stored food. We have fodder. We have drinks. We have materials. And we have equipment. There are people over there here. There is also a Twitch integration in the game. Integration. There we go. Connection to CoreMaker. So if you guys type in chat, you will be able to come up in the game, and there's these commands that you can interact with your villagers. Vegan, do you have maybe a list or a picture that we can put a link in here so people can see the commands for the game that you can type in? Might send you. We have a wiki. Perfect. If you have a link for that, just drop it in here and I can ping it for commands that the people can use. So, of course, we need all kinds of production. Let's follow, I best guess, the quest line over here. Let's have a forester stump. Building. Forester stump. Build a small place to produce wood and collect treasures of the forest. Conifers, 16. And fruit trees. That sounds good. Or over here, broadleaf trees and fruit trees. There we go. That's the wiki. I'm gonna quickly ping it for you guys who are live with me. /pin. Chat commands for the integration. Oh, it's pin. Ping. My bad. So, there we go. And now that means if you guys are chatting, humans from over here should slowly get your names. There's a Kormaker, there's stream elements. Probably have to let the time roll a little bit to see some more names popping in here. But we get the drift. So, integration is on. I'm just double checking. 5 names available. Good. Raw stones. Good, we have some stones over here. Let's see. Where do we put our forester? There's 20 bushes. Does he collect? The gather shack sounds more to me that it is a building that collects stuff from the bush for me. Are good. That has been built. Then I need a road of some sort. Let's make a pathway. From here to here. We have a lot of cows over there. Let's make it from here to here as well. And then up there. And then we follow up over there. Beautiful. So that's that. Forester Storm needs trees and bushes and its surrounding. Then build a gatherer shack in the proximity of wheat, grass, and bushes. There's wheat over here. Can they cross water without problem? Or do we have to go all the way around? Oh, it shows the items that they produce. Oh, there we go. Requires mushrooms and whatnot and produces that. Interesting. So there's a lot of grass and bushes. There's a lot of wild wheat over here. 21 wildweed. Sounds like a good place to place that down. So, let's leave it open. We have over here Stream Elements, Rosalind, Alexander, Kormaker, running around, Leandra, Arthur. And a Simply Stonemason is also to be built. 9 stones. I'm not sure if that is good or not. Was a blast being interviewed. And see that you are intrigued. I would love to watch you play. A bit sadly, but I have to go to the full release party. Totally fair. Oh, there's a quarry over here as well. Let's collect these small stones first. Boom. All depends to the audience, fellas. Wayne, if I'm gonna make a full Let's Play series of this or not. So for those watching this on YouTube, make sure to comment down below, leave a thumbs up if you want to see a full series of a town being built in of Life and Land. More children will come in. Thank you kindly for the raid. So we have built that. Let's speed it up. So our guys are doing their job. Looks like they're coming up here and having a party going on. Looks like they're talking to the shrine and getting their happiness up. They're not happy. So they have food, no water, no life, needs rest, temperature, health points, and energy reserve that can be useful, especially in winter. They have all kinds of needs, and they have also effects going on. And there's some genetic effects to them as well. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, we have some very deep simulation of the population going on. Food sounds good right now. I agree. I agree. So, other than that, production, baker, hand mill, sewing place. We could make a tent, some straw huts. We could start with some straw huts. Let's make some straw huts. Maybe over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then a mud street leading to it. So, can I follow you? Follow the target. There we go. Francisca! Where are you heading, lady? Keep in mind, it's a cozy game. It's a simulation, so a lot of things will take time. She's building on the road. I should probably prioritize the buildings and the construction sites. Because they're complaining about priority. There we go. High priority. Optional worker. Let's hire somebody. So. Hello, you guys and gals to me. Thank you kindly. Welcome in. Motionless people. If you have any questions, let me know. Even the animals seem to have a problem with the temperature and have effects on them. They're cold. That's so intriguing. We have a lot of water because we have a well. Ah, that's why. Let's have a worker working over here. Who's working the well for us? Fruit tree. Reminds me of Minas Tirith. with the tree thing up top. I think that hovering over that it flutters, that might be a nice fix. to alter. So they're making the roads. Oh, there we go. The tree stump thing has been done. It collects mushroom branches and cuts down tree. You can get upgrades of storage. Whoa, double just went nutsy. A cow that is homeless. Okay. So we've got those placed. Can we prioritize over here the collector as well? Since we're now making wood, I guess we need firewood as well. Must be under production. Sowing place. Planks and firewood. Okay, so it is sowing place. I guess the sowing place we're gonna build somewhere around the roads. Can I attach it straight to you? I could attach it straight to you. Let's make it here. Let's have it as a priority as well. We're delivering good and nice. Good. First productions are running. The forester camp has been done. Now to the gatherer's huts. Do they go over water? Oh, Jesus. Is he walking over water, Leandro? Okay, good. Can we build a road over it? Let's destroy that building over there. I'm curious if we can build a road over it. It becomes a small little bridge, or will it become and hinder the water in any form? Oh, it becomes a little bridge. Nice. So we are somewhat thriving-ish. The collector needs to be built ASAP. And we need to focus on collecting... fruits, food, anything. We could collect some mushrooms. Let's put that in the second priority. Go and collect some shrooms. And also make a pathway over here. So we have another little bridge. There we go. Shrooms going up. We have 4 shrooms. Not enough for our people, though. So, penny materials are branches. Shame. I have to move the branches up. The maximum branches should be 20. Can I not increase the maximum branches? 20. Okay, they're working nicely. Water is maxed out. We're kind of lucky with the well up there that they have in water. Can we make huts on top? We could make straw huts up here. I don't know if I want them to live in the castle. Requires vegetable and flour. The fishing place requires vegetable and flour. So a hand mill. Requires cereal grains. Those we get it probably from the plants. Takes care of the garden. We'll get lots of roots, berries, and some grass. Oh yeah, we can make a garden around the gather, huh? So a little vegetable bench over there. And then we could make a wheat field. Once the other wheat is collected. Should be good. So, it is missing branches. Focus production on branches. It's getting nighttime, so everybody goes to sleep, apparently, from work. Andreas over here seems to be homeless. It's not a good situation. So, speed the time up. It's getting daytime. And start working again. I think I might need a second forest stump. It has no building cost at all. So. There you go. Let's make some path. We have our employee already. The hut is also running. Yeah. So, fruits and vegetables and roots should be the highest priority. Good. Next, they want us to build a campfire. Let's build it over here. Why not? Wall stone. We have 0 in stock. Hewing the raw stones into usable pieces requires time and skill. Probably taking some time there. There we go. Now having a chat. Vincent's and all the all. If I get into integration, reset connections. There's 6 names available. Okay, so it does track names already, but apparently it takes some time for people to appear. Okay, we have some small gardens going on. Let's have another worker here. Mushrooms, bark, roots, and sprouts. You, my friends, should focus on collecting shrooms first. Branches after. Can we do 20 branches? No. What is the maximum? Interesting. Stone fences, lanterns. There we go. Not complying with the request from the royal court is perceived as an insult and disobedience. They require fruits, vegetable, and 20% work effort. Envoys from the king visit your courts. They'll talk eagerly about their mission to resolve difference. Oh my goodness gracious. Fruits and vegetable and work effort. I don't even have enough food to feed my people. What are they talking about? So the sewing place has been built. Let's make sure we have firewood first. Ready. So, roots have been collected. Work effort and fruits have been collected. Let's have a look at vegetables. Going first. They're about to grow. Not done yet. Grass, cactus, wheat field, garden bed. Hey, the first huts are standing as well. So, rough rags is the next one that we need to do. Rudimental tailoring table. Let's make that over here. Okay, fruits are coming in. Vegetables not so much. And we have 0.1 on the food meter. So let's go times 2 in terms of speed to see some improvement. So, small lantern, high lantern. What does a high lantern look like? On 500 gold. A wooden torch. Congratulations, Lensburg reached level 2. Okay. So a little small lantern over there. Envoys from the king visit your courts. They talk eagerly about their mission. The envoys wish to replenish their provisions to find place to stay over the night. Nice. We gave them the vegetables from our gardens. They seem to be happy. I'm gonna make a pathway from over here to here as well. And then we'll make one like that to connect. To connect it fully. Wool or grass for rags. Might need to plant some grass in general. Where's animals' life grass? Oh boy. But not easy. Can now build a small cabin, a commander center, a cesspit for all the dirt, a guild house, a wind catcher. Wow. An open diary, a root cellar. Simple barn. A well. Pottery. Hunting lodge. So let's build a second gathering hut. Let's build it over here. And I'm gonna make all the grass around here. My new bush, good source for leaves and berries. Oh, wheat field does also produce some grass. And let's make a good garden bed. And your focus on production should be grass. That is thy focus. Trade with the Empire. Community center and marketplace. That's the next thing that you want me to build. Community center and marketplace. Marketplace is tier 3. Take some time. Garden. Create 50 garden fields. Achievement unlocked. Okay, we have enough firewood. Food is still our main struggle. So on the other side, we're gonna make a wheat field over here. Like this. Perfect. I would like the quality of life thing to see when I plant things, if it's in my circle of gathering or not. That would be nice to know. So let's move them until in the morning. So we have 8 people are still homeless. Small cabins. I'm gonna build some more huts before we build any cabins. Good. Then slowly I can think about making a barn. Oh, that's huge. Put the barn over there. There we go, another house has been done. It has upgrades. I can upgrade it. Yearly cost 15 raw food. Pet space. This is a bonus sleep then. So, other than that, what can we do? Will take some time to grow, but you will be rewarded with plenty of yummy fruits. Wooden branches. Old forest can yield mushrooms. Broadleaf tree. So I have to take care of plant growth. I wonder if there's like some sort of forester that does that for me. Requires dirt. Cesspit. Let's have the poop pits over here. In close by of the gatherer, makes sense. So we have a lot of cereal thingies. That means we could make a hand mill. There we go. Francisca, what are you doing? Go to get something to eat. Okay, then they're meeting again at the campfire. You're focusing on collecting mushrooms. We have a good amount of food so far, but not enough to store for the big upcoming. Seems like the stones are not being collected. Or does it take time? Let's see, where's Francisca? She delivers item. She's not working as a stonemason though. Set up a place where the stone can be processed. Draw stone nearby, gets collected, and then hewn into pieces. Let's try it over here then. Let's destroy that. Let's prioritize the building. Of another house. Okay, that means one more hut. A smooth cabin. Ooh. It's already a lot bigger. So we get times 10 times 10. In terms of fishing, water service. So seems like there we got another request coming in. So we can make the fishy thing happen. 1076 disagreement. The reform movement of the papacy demands to be able to appoint and bishops themselves. Oh, grab, they need bread? Oh boy. And we have 8 days remaining for that. Simple oven. I have my doubts. They will be able to do that fast, but let's have 2 simple ovens over here. Dirt meter. The huts are doing a little bit of dirt. So this should have priority, please. And we'll sleep in it again. There we go. Oven is up and running. Andreas, you're working on the oven. The hand mill is also being worked upon. And there's the bread happening. Yeah, I'm gonna accept. I'm gonna deliver you some bread. The agreement is 1 out of 2. Upgrading Hungary reacts by appointing more bishops. Whereupon a papacy demands our king's obedience and threatens him to communicate. As the major of the bishops are dissatisfied with the pope, they join the king in demanding the election of a new pope. And of course I have to send them freaking bread. Because why not? Little bastards. We can destroy that oven. Storage. Total wood used. Improves the balance to heat and air reduced to burned wood. Total wood used minus 20%. There we go. Let's have it all. Upgrade the oven to the max. This one is producing grass like there's no tomorrow. So we could plant some fruit trees nearby. Okay. Oh, the barn is already getting milk and whatnot. Do I need a few sheeps in the barn? Okay, so let's bring them in. Question is, do I need some sort of space for them? Maybe put food over there and add a sleeping box on the other sides. Animals plus 20%. Cleverly extended the room for the animals. So yearly grass, we can do that. And some comfort. With just grass. Interesting. Good. Food situation builds up as well. That is good. I'm not sure about the stone situation though. So let's make sure that that one is being worked upon. Our deeds have not gone unnoticed, and we're given important lands to administer from the Empire. Bailiwick of Säckingen and Großmünster Abbey. You can find them on the overview in your castle. Oh, we're getting new income from that. So, community center. That's pretty massively huge, that building. Should be built here in the middle. I agree. There we go. Little poop house. Or poop ground. We still have people who are not sleeping well. So first should be cutting trees on you. So let's make this bigger. Times 10 speed. Painting materials is just 3 planks. Come on, do the planks first. There we go. Hut has been built. Fantastic. Glass work. Furniture, raw wood. Bonus comfort 10. Yeah. We can add some flower stuff. So times 5. Oh, there we go. It is now hewing stone over there. Not sure why it didn't do for us. We are missing people. Passive feeding and feeding efficiency. Should be worked upon. So overall they are happy. On 2,000 golds. Well, we'll be able to hopefully do soon something about that. And a cheesery. An open diary. Mind space for storeable food such as fruits and vegetables. Be careful, building storage rooms also has disadvantage. While storages can be bridged and goods may already be in the right place, additional costs for transport and storage may arise depending on the location. Fair point. So, there we go. Proper wheat fields. How far? All of that. I'm gonna have a garden. Good. Cat steals from Simple Barn. How dare you, cat? A root cellar. I mean, might not be bad to have one. Not gonna lie. Best over here. Great 50 grain fields. Yeah, we're getting there. The production's not looking so feisty though. So we have raw meat. That's not good. We have something that transforms the raw meat into something. No, but we can focus on making food at the campfire out of it. Another small cabin. So you're missing the stones. Okay, meat grilling is happening. I'm happy. The root cellar has been constructed. Well, we have no workers. Carla is working over here. On the gatherers, I have to throw out one each. Our king and bishops involved have been excommunicated and deposed by the Pope. This has never happened before, and the news is making waves throughout the empire. Some bishops switch to the Pope's side in order to remain in office. Revolts break out in Saxony, and a position of rulers forms, which consider the election of a new king. Okay, and do you want to support a king, yes or no? And then decide here. I want to support the new king. Well, we haven't seen too much yet. And I think we've scratched only but the surface. The game is looking very promising. And for those watching this on YouTube later on, let me know what you think of it. Comments down below. And if we should do a full series of building our kingdom over here and making this Lindsburg thrive and survive. That, I bid you farewell. And see you in the next one.